Say, hi everyone. Can you wave? Grant wanted to film with me today. Can you say hello? What's your name? Tell them your name. Can you say hi? My name is Grant. Okay. So, yes, that's really cool. So Grant wanted to film a little bit with me today, and today we are going to talk about what a home birth prenatal appointment is like. Ooh, the duck. The duck is also going to be helping us as well. Mm-hmm. Right, Grant? Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so I want to start off by saying that everybody's midwife might do this kind of differently. I'm just going to say what our midwife did when we had prenatal appointments and kind of how it went for us. I'm gonna have my midwife link down below in case anybody who's local in New Hampshire is interested in looking at her information. Anyways, so one of the first things from meeting my midwife, Sarah, was that she really stressed personalized care and how much she offered that to us. So we could text her anytime we wanted, we could call her anytime we wanted, we could have as many prenatal appointments as we wanted or as little prenatal appointments as we wanted. Obviously, like insurance, you know, you kind of had to judge that depending on how much you want to spend. But for each of our pregnancies, we actually went the normal kind of like, I guess like hospital, like prenatal route, except I want to say in the beginning. So I would take like an at-home pregnancy test and it would come out positive, and I would text her, call her and be like, I'm pregnant, and she would be like, yay! Right, Grant?
Yeah,
and then she'd be like, okay, come in at like 10 to 12 weeks and we'll kind of listen for the heartbeat. So like we didn't really like go right in and like have a vaginal ultrasound or anything. Like we just sort of waited until 10 to 12 weeks with both pregnancies. But if we had wanted to come in a lot sooner, obviously she could have set that up and like put in an order for us. And then after the 12 weeks, we also would do the normal like 15, 18, you know, like that type of, or 17. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we pretty much followed like the hospital kind of protocol. And then at like 18 to 20 weeks, we had the anatomy scan where you found the sex as well if you wanted to know, and if there was any issues. And she would write up an order for that, so we would go to our local hospital and have that ultrasound done. She did not have an ultrasound machine, but she did have a fetal Doppler, so we would listen to the heartbeat every single time we came. It was very laid back, but it didn't feel like I was going to like a barn or something. So I guess I'll kind of describe a little bit more about what would happen when we went into the appointment. So pretty much we'd go into her office, which she's now moved a couple of times, go in for an appointment, and we'd go to her office and we'd pretty much sit there for like an hour, sometimes a little bit more, and talk just like how we were feeling. She would take measurements. She'd sometimes take blood, sometimes take urine. Oh, so cool, honey. She would, write everything down. She was like constantly taking notes on her iPad, and we listened to the baby as well. But mainly it was just like her and me and Jeremy, and sometimes Grant, talking about like how we felt the pregnancy was going and if we had any concerns, if we had any questions, and she would just help us through it in that hour, like really good hour time of like personalized care. And I never felt like, oh honey, hold on a second. And I never felt like she was rushing us or needed to like get to other patients or anything. Like I never felt that we needed to just get our questions out as fast as possible and then just leave. It was always, tell me about that. Why do you feel this way? Let's see if we can change it. And she would always give us so many different options on kind of what we wanted to do. And I also feel like she didn't stress me out about like certain things like if the baby wasn't head down at the time, she would just kind of be like, you know what, we're just gonna see how it goes. There's not much we can do anyways. Thank you, honey. There's not much we can do anyways, so, you know, we would just sort of wait and see. Baby did flip, you know, it was fine. She really had a lot of faith in the birth, in just birth itself. So she always put kind of, that faith sort of like fell off of her onto us, I feel like, because she just was very confident in what she did, and I always trusted her judgment 100%. As for like labs and any of like the gestational diabetes drink, like we could still have all of that stuff. It was just, do you want that? There was always a question. Do you want to take this drink? Do you want to have this blood work done? Do you want to do that? Do you want to have genetic testing? Like everything was like a question. That really made everything personal because we got to decide. I didn't have the gestational diabetes drink for both of the pregnancies. She really didn't feel, I asked her, I was like, do you feel that I should take this? And she said no, and I immediately was like, okay, I trust your judgment. Obviously, if she had changed her mind, I would have been like, yes, okay, let's try it. But it was just kind of another test that we really didn't need because I was in really good health, which is another big thing if you want to have a home birth, is you really want to be in as pristine health as you possibly can. And I feel like exercise, I feel like they stress this like in any pregnancy, exercise is a big thing in pregnancy, but if you want to have a home birth, like you're going to be working extra hard because you're not going to have like in that epidural necessarily to like, you know, kind of kickstart stuff and also take away some of the pain. Like you're going to be working harder than you've ever worked before. And so during both of my pregnancies, I walked 1 mile a day and then made sure I also did prenatal yoga. And I feel like that helped immensely. So, all right, Grant, I think we're done with this video. But so that's pretty much like a home birth prenatal appointment. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Kim, this is Grant. And we also have a younger little boy, Lincoln, who's upstairs sleeping. And if you haven't subscribed, please join the family. We're almost at 10 subscribers, which I know isn't a lot, but it's fun. So we want to make some more videos. Bye. So, you know, that was, Grant. Okay. All right, stop. We need to do nice faces, okay? So that was kind of that.